What is up, everybody? Ryan here, aka Rad Drummer, and today we're gonna do a snare head change on my 13x7 on the edge offset lug purple blue sparkle snare drum. We're changing the batter head today. Get rid of this controlled sound, and we're gonna put a Remo Power Stroke 77 on this baby because I didn't know they made 13-inch heads, so I'm excited to see what a P77 head will sound on a 13.7. And so of course, first things first, wanna detune all the lugs. Just the standard key. Not using my tuning key, which is the, let me see, the Remo quick key. I love this key a lot. Actually, I mean, we can use it, you know, to get more torque out of this one. So this is what we're doing, baby. All right, we got all lugs loose. All right, so now that we loosened all the tension rods, we want to finger tight them off. Doesn't matter, just do opposite ends. Put them over here to the side. Especially if you got wide arms and stuff, this is the way you want to do it. Bam! Alright, now we're going to remove the hoop, put it off to the side, take off the head. It's still a good head, it's just used. I just wanted to use a P77, but this one is still in good shape, so backup head just in case. So, always save, if you haven't fully damaged your drum heads, always save your used heads, because you never know when either you have no money or you're stuck in a rut and you're like, man, I need a head. Especially when it comes to snare drums, because those are always the first to go, since those are constantly the strike. So save your used heads, guys. Next, we're gonna go ahead and wipe it down and clean it. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and clean the drum. So first off, go ahead and shake it out. Make sure there's no stick dust or any dust in there. And give it a smell too. Smell of maple. This is a thin shell, by the way, too. This is a very thin shell. This is a custom drum that I bought from Drum Flip. So thanks, Ed. And this is made on the edge drums. They're out of, he's out of Eastvale, Corona area, California, Southern California. So this is a badass snare, by the way. I love this snare. I currently use this snare the most with my band, the Ill Eagles. It cuts through the mix. Plus it has body, so it's, and I tune this thing pretty high. So it's fat, it's great. And we'll get into all that later. First, let's clean this drum. All right, so you're gonna want a microfiber cloth. Get yourself some all-purpose drum detailer from Guitar Center, Sweetwater, Zounds, Musician's Friend, wherever you shop. But this is what you want to use. There's other stuff that's like this that you can use, but I mean, I've been using this to clean, polish drums for a long time, and it's great stuff. So, and again, Microsoft rag. Spray a little bit, or a lot. About like 5 dabs, 6 dabs maybe. Boom. And you're just gonna go around the top of the shell, because you want to make sure that there's no dust, that there's no dirt before you apply your new drum head. Because let me tell you, it does affect the sound. And why? Because your drum head stretches as you strike it, as you hit it, as it settles. A brand new head, it takes a while for it to settle. So you just want to make sure that your drum is clean, and always make sure you have a drum case. So, boom. Clean the inside. You know, just wipe it down, you know. This stuff's not going to hurt your shells, guys. It's not going to hurt your shells. It's not going to hurt your finish. If you don't have a wrap, now this is a wrap, so it's not going to hurt the wrap. But if your drums are not a wrap, it's not going to hurt. This stuff was made to be applied for drum shells and hardware. So don't be scared to use this. Just don't spray a shitload, but you know, don't be afraid to use this. Clean that, clean that, clean that, clean that, clean that. All right, so now that we cleaned the drum shell, we're gonna go ahead and clean the rim, okay? Now, you wanna apply, again, your drum detailer onto the microfiber cloth. What I like to do is I first just go like this, you know, and just, you know, work it around, get all that dust off. I want to make sure then go on the inside, get all the dust off. See, dust gets right here, it gets on this, gunk, oils, everything. All that has a lot to do with the sound of your drum, the tuning of your drum, and everything. So you want to make sure you clean your stuff. It's not hard. And if you're a drummer's drummer, and if you're a nerd about it like I am, you'll clean your drums. So clean them. Nice and shiny. All clean. All clean. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put the new head on. Again, I'm using a Remo 13-inch Power Stroke 77. I've never used the 77 on a 13-inch drum, so I'm very excited and see how this sounds. I do have them on a couple of my 14-inch drums, but I'm curious to see how this thing will sound on a 13-inch. So, and of course, the smell of fresh heads, man. Look at that. This is a coated one, by the way. P77 coated. Still got the 5-inch dot, which is great, clear dot. So, again, my badge is faced towards me. So the way on the edge was designed, or this drum in particular, is that the badge is not in the front where the strainer or where the throat, the snare butt and everything are on opposite ends. So let's go ahead and put it on. Align it. Boom. Want to make sure, I mean, at least I do, want to make sure it's lined up with the badge. And then I kind of just, you know, give it a little tug when you see those ripples, you know, just to kind of get it going. Head's on. You want to apply your snare hoop. So I have offset lugs, so again, you want to make sure that everything is aligned. All right. And now, let me put the tension rods back on. I like to do one by one, finger tight, go around in circle, or you can go to star. It just depends. Don't overly finger tight this process. Okay. All right, we're gonna speed this one up. All right, so now that you have all your tension rods in and they're finger tight, I like to go ahead and do this again. A couple tugs down. All right. And then what I like to do, just the standard key, I like to go around and just do a full turn. Just to make sure that these are nice and locked in to the grooves. Again, we're not tuning yet. This is just going around, make sure all the lugs are tight. And then I like to do it again. Go around with the fingers. Make sure that they're all in there. And if you feel a little pull, tighten it up. Okay. And then again, I'm going to do this. Again, we're just stretching the head out a little bit because it is a brand new head. And then I like to go again with a half turn. And again, you can feel if a lug is loose. You can feel, you can feel if a tension rod is loose. And basically what you want to see is that there's no ripples. Go ahead and touch the head, go around like this, and make sure that there's no ripples on the head. If you see ripples on the head, make sure that that area is tightened up. All right, now I switched out the throne, got my snare on a deep snare stand. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tune this baby. I like to do the star pattern, do one full turn. So you start to hear that crack. That's the snare head settling on the shell. As you can see, it's still low. So we're gonna crank this thing up. Guys, I finished tuning it to my liking. Let's see how it sounds. That sounds so good. Nice and tight. That's how I like my snares, man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. All my videos will be up on there. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. We'll see you guys later. Bye.